Dear students, welcome to the second session of our chapter 4 Chemical Kinetics. Today we will deal with the topic a rate law or rate expression and also rate constant. The expression which relates the rate of a reaction to the concentration of the reactants is known as rate law, and it is also named as rate equation or rate expression. That means the rate of a reaction which is relating the concentration of the reactant is said to be rate law. Generally, if we are taking a reaction AA plus BB giving CC plus DD, if we are taking this general equation, then how we can write the rate we will see. Before that, in this reaction, we know that small letters A, B, C and D are the stoichiometric coefficients of the reactants and the products. Now, when we take the rate of the reaction, how we will express that one? Rate of a reaction is directly proportional to its molar concentration of the reactants. So here the reactants are A and B. So we'll write proportional to molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y. Instead of A and B, we have taken here small letter X and Y as the powers, and it is why because it can vary. It doesn't depend upon the stoichiometric coefficients every time. There may be slight changes. That's why we have written here X and Y instead of A and B. So this equation can be written as what? Rate of reaction is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B. That means K into molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y. And this is our equation 5 we are representing for the general rate or general equation, where these x and y may or may not be equal to the stoichiometric coefficient, that is A and B of the reactant. Now the same equation, the last one, what we have written, rate of the reaction is equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y, can be written in this form, that is minus D of molar concentration of R by dt is equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y. Why this term we have used? Because this is what the reactant side. So the negative sign is there. Rate of in instantaneous rate we can write minus D of the same form we have written. So instead of that one we can write this form also, and this is said to be the differential equation. So this equation we are giving the number 6, and this equation can be named as differential rate equation, where the K is named as what? Proportionality constant. To remove the proportionality sign, we use the constant which is named as proportionality constant. And here in this rate of a reaction, we can give it a name that is said to be rate constant or velocity constant or specific reaction rate. Three names are there for the proportionality constant: rate constant, velocity constant, or the specific reaction rate. Thus, rate law is the expression in which reaction rate is given in terms of molar concentration of reactants, with each term raised to some power, which may or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient of the reacting species in a balanced chemical equation. So this is finally we are having a rate laws definition, where we are including the power also, and it may or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient is there for the reacting species when we write a balance equation. So in terms of molar concentration of the reactants, with each term raised to some power is the rate law. And one more thing we have to note, that is with the rate law, or the rate law for any reaction cannot be predicted by merely looking at the balanced chemical equation. That is theoretically, but must be determined experimentally. So simply we can't say this is the rate law for the reaction and all. So looking at the balanced equation, we can't write the rate law also. Now, next is the rate constant. If we write a general reaction, before how we did is AA plus BB giving CC plus DD. If we want to write the rate constant, first we want the rate of a reaction. And rate of a reaction is equal to what? K into molar concentration of A raised to X, molar concentration B raised to Y. Here we have kept the proportionality constant K. K as what rate constant or velocity constant, a specific reaction rate and all. So where K is known as the rate constant we said. Now if molar concentration of A and molar concentration of B both are 1 mole per liter, if the mole or the concentration of both the reactants is given as 1 mole per liter, then we'll get the equation as rate of the reaction is equal to K or rate constant. And this is how we can define the rate constant. Thus, rate constant of a chemical reaction may be defined as the reaction rate when the concentration of each reactant is unity. With this expression, we are explaining the rate constant. Rate constant is equal to rate of a reaction when A and B's concentration becomes unity. So this is how the rate constant we are defining. The value of rate constant is definite and constant for a particular reaction at given temperature. Rate constant is independent of the concentration of reactants. It depends only upon the temperature and the presence of catalyst. This sentence is proving the equation, that is rate of a reaction is equal to rate constant. There is no concentration term for the reactant. We kept it unity, then only we are getting the rate constant is equal to rate of a reaction. That's why the sentence is there. Now next topic is order of a reaction. Order of a reaction. The sum of powers of the concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression is called the order of that chemical reaction. The sum of powers of the concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression is called the order of that chemical reaction. That means we were using the general reaction AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. How we wrote the rate of a reaction is equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y. Here what is the order? The sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactants. In this rate law expression, the sum of the powers of the concentration, that is X and Y. X plus Y is termed as the order of the reaction. So we can write X is equal to order of reaction with respect to A. Same way for Y, order of the reaction with respect to B. Then how we can write the order of the reaction? Overall order of the reaction N is equal to X plus Y. That means when you add up these two powers, you are getting the value of order of the reaction. And some of the examples or examples of absurd rate laws are here. And these are the absurd values. So you can just remember these values, that whether it is belonging to first order, second order or the zero order. So here 3NO gives N2O plus NO2. The rate is given as K into molar concentration of NO raised to 2. NO raised to 2. If 2 is here, then which order it belongs? Second order in NO means it is the overall second order reaction. Second equation is 2NO2 plus F2 giving 2NO2F. And the rate is given as K into molar concentration of NO2 into molar concentration of F2. The first order is in NO2. Same, the first order is there in the F2 because here power is 1, 1. So when you add up these two, you will get what? Second order reaction. Now third one is 2NO2 gives 2NO plus O2. And the rate is given as K into molar concentration of NO2 raised to 2. And this 2 raised to power is 2. That means second order in NO2. So overall reaction will be of second order. The last one here example is hydrogen peroxide plus 3I minus plus 2H plus giving 2H2O plus I3 minus, and the rate is given as K into molar concentration of H2O2 into molar concentration of I minus. The first order is there in the H2O2, and again the first order is there in the I minus. So when you add up these two, you will get what? You will get second order. So zero order is there in H plus, or hydrogen ion is existing the zero order. That's why these two only we are taking, and it becomes second order overall reaction. Order of a reaction can be 0, 1, 2, 3, and even a fraction. Depending upon the order of the reaction, the reactions can be named as zero order reaction, first order reaction, second order, third order, like that we can name it. A zero order reaction means that the rate of the reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactants. And by predicting the order, or we can't predict the order of the reaction by looking at the balanced chemical equation. The next topic is elementary and complex reactions. Elementary reactions are those which completes in one step, while complex reactions are multi-step reactions where the products are obtained after the completion of a sequence of elementary reactions. That means elementary reactions completes in one step, while the complex reaction takes more than two steps to complete the reaction. An example is given: ethyl alcohol plus acetic acid gives ethyl acetate plus water. An ester formation is there, which is a elementary reaction. On the other hand, this complex reaction is having two steps, and then we are getting the overall reaction here. And the rate of a complex reaction is given by the slowest step, which is called the rate determining step among these steps. Next topic is molecularity of a reaction. Molecularity of a reaction is simply the number of reacting species. That is, it can be atoms, ions, or molecules involving in an elementary reaction which must collide simultaneously. Just you have to remember the number of reacting species in a reaction is said to be its molecularity. Let us consider the following reaction. NH4NO2 gives N2 plus 2H2. Here, how many reacting species are there? Only one. Ammonium nitrate is there. That means it is unimolecular. The next one you can see 2HI gives H2 plus I2. How many reacting species are? HI is the one reacting species, and the 2 means 2 HIs are there. That means it is bimolecular. If the next one is 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2, how many are there? You have to see. 2NO is there plus 1 O2 is there. So 2 plus 1, 3. So it is trimolecular. So the number of reacting species determines the molecularity of a reaction. Why the reactions having molecularity greater than 3 is rare? Since the chances of collision and the reaction of more than 3 molecules at a time are very less. That's why the molecularity greater than 3 is rare. We have very less compounds or the reactions with the molecularity 3 or greater than 3. 3 is there, but greater than 3 it is less. Molecularity in case of complex reactions, how we can explain? Molecularity of a complex reaction has no meaning. Why? Because the number of reactions or the sequences are there for the elementary reaction, and then finally you are getting the complex reaction or the reaction. So how we can explain the molecularity? Actually, a complex reaction is the series of two or more elementary reactions, and thus it completes in several steps. So the slowest step or the slowest reaction determines the rate of the reaction. That point you have to keep in mind. Among the reactions, that is the elementary reactions, which is the slowest reaction that determines the rate of the reaction. Hence, we find out the molecularity of the slowest elementary reaction of a complex reaction, which is in general similar to the overall order of the complex reaction. So that point you have to see. The slowest reaction first we have to find out, and from there you can get the rate of the reaction also. Plus what we can get is we can get the molecularity of the reaction. Molecularity from the slowest step we can get. Now we can do the difference, or we can see the difference between the molecularity and order. So when you compare these two, almost the same things are coming. So you can just divide it into two groups and you can explain the comparison. Molecularity means it is the number of atoms or ions or the molecules that must collide with one another simultaneously so as to result into a chemical reaction. Whereas the order is what? It is a sum of the power of concentration terms on which the rate of the reaction usually depends, or it is the sum of the powers of the concentration terms in the rate law equation. Molecularity of reaction cannot be zero. If molecules are of the atoms or the ions or the molecules are not reacting, then how we can say the reaction is happening? So we can't get here the zero value, but the order can be zero. And molecularity is a theoretical concept, whereas order is determined experimentally. Molecularity is a whole number, always it is a whole number, but order can be fractional values 0, 1, 2, 3 plus the fractional values it can have. Overall molecularity of a complex reaction has no significance, but individual step has its own molecularity. And order of the reaction is for overall reaction. So these are the differences between the molecularity and order. Now we'll continue in the next session the remaining part. Thank you.